Welcome to the Lincoln City Council meeting of September 29th, 2025. Please be advised a copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted by the back of the chambers by the northwest door. Let us all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a short moment of silent meditation. Please remain standing if you are able. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The order of business of City Council is as follows. The clerk will call the items listed on the agenda. Under public hearing, anyone wishing to speak on an item must first register and sign in at the table located in the lobby. The council shall require any member of the public addressing the council to identify themselves, the name of any organization represented by such person, and their address, unless the address requirement is waived to protect the security of the individual. Each speaker should state whether they are speaking in favor of or in opposition to the item. Testimony is limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Anyone wishing to speak on an agenda item shall come forward after the clerk reads that item and the applicant has presented. After public comments, the applicant may make one short rebuttal. After all public hearings, the council will vote on resolutions and items listed under third reading. On the second and last Monday of the month, immediately prior to adjournment, anyone may speak on any issue not on the agenda for that date, nor plan for a future agenda. We ask that all speakers strive for civility and allow the business of council to proceed unimpeded. Will the clerk please call the first item of business?
Our first item of business today for our City Council meeting on September 29th, 2025 is a reminder that due to the Columbus Indigenous Peoples Day holiday, we will not meet on October 13th of 2025. Next would be our consent agenda, sections 1, 2, and sections 3.
Welcome, Director.
Good evening, Council. Maggie Stuckey-Ross, Director of Parks and Recreation, 3131 O Street. I'm here with 2 nominations for the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, Maddie Gates and Misty Muff, and I've asked them both to introduce themselves to you so you can get to know them better. You can use both mics.
Okay. I'm Maddie Gates with TMCO at 701 South 6th Street here in Lincoln. So I'm here representing TMCO in hopes of being appointed to the Parks and Rec Advisory Board. And just want to, as the Director of Education and Community Impact, I see the parks in our city being very impactful in people's lives, me as a mom, as an educator in Lincoln for a long time, and just as a community member, and I love the direction that the parks are going in accessibility, Mahoney Park, for example, and want to continue to see that growth here in Lincoln.
Wonderful, thank you.
I am Misty Muff. I'm the Chief Human Resources Officer with the Lincoln, Nebraska YMCA, 570 Fallbrook Boulevard, Suite 210. And I am passionate about initiatives that support our community well-being, and the YMCA and Park and Rec have a lot in common with their mission to support youth development, healthy living, community engagement, and I just want to further expand my role in that and help to make a bigger impact.
Wonderful. Yeah. Council, any questions?
No questions?
Oh, just a big thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'll just make a comment that after looking at your resumes, it's quite impressive. Most of you have quite a bit on your plate already. So, but if you have a passion for the park, I'm sure welcome you aboard. So,
Thank you.
Yes, thank you both
Thank
for
you.
agreeing to serve.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, are there any members of the public that would like to comment on the consent agenda? I'm sorry, we have another item, don't we? Is there anyone else who would like to comment on the consent agenda? If so, please come forward now. Any public comment on the consent agenda? Please come forward now. Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
We can now vote on these items. Item 1A is appointing Maddie Gates and Misty Muff to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board with a term to expire April 28th of 2028. Introduced by Weber.
So moved.
Second?
Second by Washington. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Weber,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Item 1B is approving the professional services agreement supplement number 3 for environmental services between the City of Lincoln and Felsberg, Holt, and Ulavig for the Lincoln Beal Sloot Trail project, introduced by Weber.
So moved.
Second?
Second, Washington. Discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Washington,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Okay. That concludes our consent agenda. We shall move on to section 4, public hearing liquor resolutions. I'll call item 4A and 4B together. Item 4A and B is application of 12th Street Pub, Inc., doing business as the Tap Sports Bar for a Class C liquor license located at 100 North 12th Street, Suite 102, and the related manager application of Tuan Mai.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Tuan. First name Tuan, Tuan. The last name Mai, Mai. I live at 7900 Post Lane, Lincoln, Nebraska, 68512.
All right. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your application?
I would like to have the license for open the bar. I have been for 2.5 years for doing the bar for 12th Street Pub. It's back to 2018, and about 2 years we sold the bar for the lady to took over, and after that and the COVID, and she gave up, and finally we have the new tenant just move in, I think just for a year, and now the partner they fighting and they all out, and we let them out, and I took over.
Okay. Council, any questions?
I don't have a question, but I have a compliment. I looked back at your record and saw that you had no violations on the existing liquor license that you hold, so thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any members of the public that would like to comment on this application? Please come forward now. Seeing none, we can proceed.
I'll call item, 4C and 4D together. Application of South Street Petroleum LLC, doing business as NP Mart 32 for Class D liquor license located at 1648 South Street, and the related manager application of Ann Gordon.
All right. Welcome.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the council. My name is David Houghton. I'm here today on behalf of South Street Petroleum LLC, doing business as NP Mart 32 for their Class D liquor license. This NP Mart will be located at 1648 South Street. The general idea, this will be the third such NP Mart in the city of Lincoln and 32nd overall in the state of Nebraska. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. The manager, Ann Gordon, is also with me today, and she'd be happy to answer any of the council's questions. Thanks.
Council, any questions?
Again, no questions, but impressed that your application had no violations previously on your other licenses. I said, I'm sorry.
No.
I said I had no questions, but like the previous application, I looked back and you had no violations on your previous licenses. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Madam Clerk, or excuse me, are there any members of the public that would like to comment on this application? If so, please come forward now. Seeing none, we can proceed.
I'll call item 4E, manager application of Gracelyn Hendricks for Littleton East LLC, doing business as the Watering Hole East, located at 8300 Northwoods Drive.
See applicant here. Okay, seeing none. Council, any questions? No? Any members of the public on 4E? Please come forward now. Seeing none, we can proceed.
Item 4F is application of Hy-Vee Inc., doing business as Hy-Vee Food Store for the addition of a catering license to their Class C liquor license at 1601 North 84th Street.
Welcome.
Hello, my name is Rob Reif with Hy-Vee, and we'd like to add a catering endorsement to our liquor license.
All right, any questions? Council?
I have one question, and it may have been a typo in the application. But does Hy-Vee there have a relationship with the U-Stop number 24? Then it
No.
was a typo. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions, council? Are there any members of the public who'd like to comment on this? Please come forward now. Seeing none, we can proceed.
I'll call item 4G, application of Kincaid Brewing Company, LLC, doing business as Sideshow Spirits for a special designated license to cover an outdoor area measuring approximately 366 feet by 210 feet on K Street between 6th and 7th Street on October 18th, 2025, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Welcome.
Hello, council. How are you doing? I'm Keenan. This is Mike.
Mike Simrad, hi.
Okay. And we are here on behalf of Kincaider. I'm throwing a festival called the Here for the Food Festival, Taste of Lincoln, and Kincaider is pulling the STO. So
We just wanted to make sure we're here if you had any questions about the event, and we're bringing back Taste of Lincoln, so it's very exciting.
Great, good to hear. Council, any questions?
No questions, but could you tell us a little bit about the event? I have the schematic here for the layout.
Yeah.
How many different vendors do you have? Tell me about, if for people watching, tell us a little bit about bringing back Taste of Lincoln.
okay, perfect.
That's right.
Like that.
Earned media.
Yeah. So we have 12 different restaurants coming together. They're all mom and pop places here. Half of them are food trucks, half of them are brick and mortar. I like the idea of mixing those two. And then we'll have a bar sponsored by Kincaider and whatnot. We'll have a stage, and I think probably 4 to 6 other vendors that are like non-food vendors. So it's a mix of different flavors, from barbecue to soul food to I'm trying to think who was even there. We have Indian food.
Looks like you have chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate. I kind of try to cover
I don't
all
know
the
why I
bases.
focused on that.
That's its own.
She's got really good stuff, so she'll be bringing the bonbons. So
Yeah.
definitely.
And we
look
can get
forward.
our Here for the Food merch
yeah
there
absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely,
Okay.
we'll have all of that. So
Keenan's made a lot of social media videos that's kind of put him on the map, and he's promoted a lot of local restaurants, and going out to lunch with him is very difficult because we can't really eat.
Are you Keenan Eats?
I am. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I am.
Okay. I know you.
Okay. Yeah.
Becky
Nice to
knows it.
meet you. Hello.
So it's a good thing, and I've worked with Jazz in June and Lincoln Calling and a Nebraska Folk and Roots Festival, and so we're kind of joining forces to bring it back the right way, and in hopes to prolong it for the future. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great to hear. I know who you are.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's
See what I mean? You can't take him anywhere.
Right?
That's right. Council, any other questions or comments?
No, just good luck.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Appreciate you both. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thank you.
Are there any members of the public that would like to comment on item 4G? If so, please come forward.
Mr. Chair, seeing no one else come forward to comment, I would make a motion to approve items 4A through 4G.
Second?
Second by Washington. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Washington,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're good. Yeah.
That concludes section 4 of our agenda. We shall move to section 5, public hearing resolutions. I'll call item 5A, accepting and approving the report of new and pending claims against the city for September 1st through September 15th of 2025.
All right. Are there any members of the public who'd like to comment on pending claims against the city? Pending claims. Seeing none, we can proceed.
I'll call item 5B, Comprehensive Plan Amendment 25004, application of the City of Lincoln Urban Development Department to amend the 2050 Lincoln-Lancaster County Comprehensive Plan to adopt the Belmont Neighborhood Sub-Area Plan.
Welcome, Director.
Good evening. Dan Marvin, Urban Development, 555 South 10th Street. I've got Jennifer and Andrew here. We're going to try to do an abbreviated presentation of what we did at Planning Commission, which got a unanimous support. We also have some neighbors here to testify about this project. And I think what we'll be trying to go over are some of the highlights of this report that you have before you. Talk about the number of meetings. I think they were very successful. And then some of the key recommendations of this report. But I'll stop there and take any quick questions if you have any.
Think so.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. We are the co-applicants on this, Planning Department, Urban Development Department. Andrew Theroff, 555 South 10th Street.
And Jennifer Hyatt, Urban Development, 555 South 10th Street.
So this application is to adopt the Belmont Neighborhood Sudbury Plan into the comprehensive plan. This is really exciting because this is actually the second Sudbury Plan we brought to you this year. We had University Place earlier this summer. Both those plans are great examples of ways to do a neighborhood Sudbury Plan process, and they were both very unique. So Sudbury Plan was done, or the University Place Sudbury Plan was done completely in-house. It was a partnership between planning and urban development with planning in the lead. Belmont Plan was, again, planning and urban development with urban development taking the lead, plus a lot of other community sponsors.
So in mid-November of last year, we met with the Belmont Neighborhood Snack Organization and chatted with them about what a Sudbury Plan would look like. And as Andrew said, this is our second Sudbury Plan, so we needed assistance if we were going to be able to bring two Sudbury Plans forward at the same time. So we partnered with the Lincoln Community Foundation and the Community Health Endowment of Lincoln, who generously provided funding for a consultant. Our consultant for this project was BNIM out of Kansas City, and they partnered with Sinclair Hilly here out of Lincoln. So as Andrew said, urban development took the lead on this. So I worked with our consultants to meet again with the snack and introduce the consultants to the neighborhood. And then we were able to get kind of the green light from the neighborhood that they were happy to work with these consultants. And to Dan's point, we had 4 open houses that were very well attended throughout the school year. We tried this time to partner our open houses with events that were already happening in the neighborhood. So we had a back to school bash where we partnered an open house with back to school bash. We had swim night. The city build, Belmont Elementary did a city build during spring break, so we partnered with that as well. We also had stakeholder meetings, and you could engage with the process online as well.
So this plan identified 25 projects. We're not going to walk through 25 right now, but we did want to highlight 3 that we're really excited about, and I kind of see as the centerpiece of the plan. So the first project is called Developing Safe Multimodal Access at Bridges and Major Connection Points. So when we met with the community, one of the very first things we heard was 14th Street Bridge crossing Cornhusker and how just extremely unsafe it seems for pedestrians and bicyclists. So that's one we've highlighted in the plan. That's fortunately a project that is coming soon. And with this plan, we were able to identify some pedestrian upgrades to that existing project to make it a really nice pedestrian crossing and connection into the neighborhood. Another project is upgrading Belmont Park into a hub of accessible, modern, and multi-use facilities. This is another example where the city was already planning on enhancements. There's the inclusive play that's planned for the playground there. And then there is it's called a natural play space master plan that's also for Belmont Park. Through this process, we identified a lot of other ideas and things to build on that. So we've identified a few additional things to help kind of build on that existing master plan, potentially pool upgrades. The topography actually allows for maybe like a little amphitheater or community gathering space. So there's a neat little graphic in the plan that shows some ideas for Belmont Park. And then the final thing we wanted to touch on was expanding the Belmont Community Center, BCC. That's been a community hub for decades. It opened in the 1950s. Its programming is kind of outgrowing the space they have now. So with this plan, we identified either expansion or replacement, probably an expansion of the existing BCC building to help better serve the community. With that, we wanted to keep it short, so some other folks have a chance to speak on this plan, but if you have any questions for us, we're available.
Council, any introductory questions?
We'll turn it over to the real experts for the neighborhood.
The one with the most wisdom and experience.
That was very true.
Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Virginia Geiger, and I live at 3924 North 17th Street in Belmont, in the same house that my husband and I built 57 years ago. It has been my honor to represent my neighbors as a member of this Belmont Revitalization Project. The efforts made by the committee to actively engage the Belmont community in deciding the strategies were very extensive. And the work done by the city planners and the architects was truly a collaborative endeavor. As we mentioned, the open houses were very well attended, and part of my job was to get people there, so I took that very seriously. The residents were highly engaged throughout the months of planning, and most importantly, their voices were heard, and their ideas serve as a foundation of this plan before you. I am proud to say that I was a part of the plan that has as its goal the restoration of Belmont to the vibrant community that it was when I first moved there. I remember when there was a Belmont Plaza. It was a thriving center of commerce and community. Over the years, it has been neglected and fallen into disrepair. The strategies in this plan would return it to a vibrant part of Belmont, welcomed by the residents. I remember also the many aspects of the Belmont Community Center and Belmont Park that my family took advantage of. The original library was there, summer programs that my kids were involved in, and a once well-equipped park with a rocket slide. I'm excited about the possibility that this plan provides for that area in the future. I cannot remember how many times I have driven across Cornhusker Highway on the 14th Street Bridge, but I can tell you that it has become a serious traffic and pedestrian hazard in the last 57 years. It is the main entry point into the Belmont neighborhood. It is also an entrance to our guests who attend Husker sporting events, like at Devaney Center. It is not aesthetically inviting, nor is it a safe or welcome for those guests to our city. This plan will restore it to an entrance that is safe and an entry point that the Belmont residents and Lincoln could be proud of. There are many other strategies in this plan that will improve our neighborhood. However, like many of my neighbors, I share in their doubts that it will ever really happen. Belmont has been overlooked for so many years. We witness the attention given to other parts of the city with progress and improvements to their neighborhoods, to their streets, and to their bridges. And we continue to wait. But we are Belmont proud, and we are hopeful that this plan will be recognized as important and beneficial not only to our neighborhood, but to the whole city of Lincoln. And we anxiously await your approval today. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Bobby Ehrlich, and I live at 6721 Northwest 7th Street. I have been a proud member of the Belmont family for 36 years as I've been an educator there. I lived in the neighborhood for about 20 years, and I'm a member of the BCC Board of Directors as well as the SNAC Committee. And I am speaking in favor of the Belmont Neighborhood Redevelopment Plan. When I was hired 36 years ago at Lincoln Public Schools, I could have never imagined the impact that this community would have on shaping who I am today. Growing up in the small town of York, a sense of community and community pride was very important to me. So when it was time for me to buy my first home, I knew that the Belmont neighborhood was where I wanted to live and call home. Our Belmont community is grounded in connections and deep-running generations of pride. Here are just a few examples of those prides. A few years ago, I was on a school field trip with our scholars, and we were wearing our Belmont t-shirts. And an elderly gentleman approached me and said, "Belmont, I see that on your t-shirt." And I said, "Yes, I've been blessed to be a part of the community." And with pride and tears rolling down his eyes, he looked at me and he said, my dad was the first bus driver there for the Belmont School. And I said, oh, tell me more. And scholars are listening to him. And he said, yeah, he was a farmer in the neighborhood. There was nothing else but the school and farms. And he'd hook up his horses to the wagon, and he'd take them down that 14th Street. The bridge was probably much safer then. And he would pick up all the educators as they lived downtown, and he would bring the teachers to school every day. He'd go and farm, and then he'd return at the end of the day, and he'd take the teachers back to downtown to their homes. And this gentleman, again, just had tears of pride as he said, and I once went to Belmont as well. Every day when I pull up to school, I park outside of the home of a family who's had now 5 generations attend Belmont Elementary School. In addition, the gentleman who still lives there, and he's 90 years old, built most of the neighborhood himself, including the library that's at the BCC. And some of his great-grandchildren are still at school with us. When I get ready to leave each evening, he's normally sitting out front, and he always has a story to share, in addition to checking on me and making sure I'm okay and, well, how was your day? But he wants to talk about the past, and he wants to share his pride, as well as talking about the future of the neighborhood for his great-grandchildren. This pride and the connections truly celebrate the diversity within our community. From families that immigrate to the United States, to college scholars who attend the University of Nebraska, to families who are buying their first homes or renting in the neighborhood, the people of our Belmont neighborhood participated in this development plan with passion and commitment. The recommendations of this plan will allow our community to continue to grow meaningful connections within our community, but also in the city of Lincoln. I speak for the thousands of scholars and families that I have been honored to collaborate with. With enhanced opportunities in our neighborhood, there will be powerful impacts in the lives of these children. Children who for nearly 20 years have participated in making Lincoln and the world a better place by celebrating civility, justice, equity, and kindness through the MLK Youth Rally. I speak for the children who have attended school for the very first time in their lives, including 10-year-olds. I've been blessed to see the Belmont scholars serve in the military, become educators, school social workers, business owners, medical professionals, journalists, therapists, firefighters, police officers, and moms and dads who all want their kids come back to Belmont to be a part of the family. Our current scholars, when I asked them what they believed about their neighborhood, they said, we are a proud, diverse community that accepts everyone for who we are. This generation of youth will have a safe community and enhanced opportunities, and there's nothing that they can't achieve together. Belmont's family shows up for each other. And when I personally needed a redevelopment plan because my home in the neighborhood was destroyed by a tornado, Belmont showed up with open arms and did whatever it took to support my family. Right then and there, I knew and I promised that I would always do whatever it took to support the Belmont community. So I speak in favor of the redevelopment plan for our Belmont community. Thank you for your consideration.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Hello, City Council. My name is Kim Rosenthal. I reside at 8930 Stetson Drive, but I work at Belmont Elementary, 3425 North 14th Street. I have the honor of being in my 9th year as the principal at Belmont Elementary, and I am a member of the School Neighborhood Advisory Council, or the SNAC. I am here today in support of the Belmont Sub-Area Plan. Belmont Elementary is a multi-generational school, as Bobby shared, where multiple generations have lived in our neighborhood and have sent their children to our school. Pride runs deep, and in the school and in the community. Our school is a community of people from all over the world. We have diverse experiences and needs. 22% of our students speak a language other than English. 7% of our students are gifted. 26% of our students qualify for special education services. The city data shows that about 96% of the Belmont community has at least one vehicle per household, but that doesn't tell the whole story. What that doesn't show is that that car might not be working and it maybe can't be fixed, or families don't have the money to fix that car. It might not show you that families are working shift hours and they only have one car, so getting children to school is hard with that car. It might not tell you that it's hard for kids to get to school because of sidewalks or lack thereof. There's only one crossing light along 14th Street to connect families to the school campus from the area to the east of the school. There's only one crossing light for them to connect to the areas where they can play when they want to play after school. Safety concerns exist in our neighborhood due to limited lighting, areas without sidewalks, and limited places for youth to gather and be engaged in appropriate activities. Belmont holds a monthly food market where on average we serve over 300 families. Families also have the ability to receive free weekend meals at the Belmont Community Center with the We Can Do This Foundation. We need to increase that, and with this plan, we would be able to increase that. The need for supporting our families with food, health care, mental health supports, and other daily needs has never been greater than it is right now. During the 2023-2024 school year, the Belmont School Neighborhood Advisory Committee established a strategic plan in an effort to increase engagement in our entire community. Through this work, we established a vision and a mission statement. Our mission is to foster an inclusive community that values fun, connection, and education through collaborative efforts and meaningful events. And our vision statement is to be a vibrant community where every member feels pride, unity, and belonging, and where the community is actively nurtured, cared for, and celebrated. A year ago, we started the formal process of identifying the hopes and dreams, the wants and needs of our Belmont community. We have intentionally asked the right questions, listened, asked for feedback, listened some more, and put together our dream for our corner of Northwest Lincoln. In all reality, I've been listening to the Belmont community during my whole 9 years as principal at Belmont. And the themes in this plan have always been what our community needs and what they have asked for. The need for safety, the need for places for our youth to have appropriate and safe places to play, the need for people to gather and connect, and the need for community resources have always been what people are asking for. My school children and their families and the entire Belmont community deserve the right to have access to all the things listed in this plan. They are things that will provide our community with a better life. This project reflects the hopes and dreams of the children and their families. Please join us in saying all means all and vote to approve the Belmont sub-area plan.
Are there other members of the public who'd like to comment? Please come forward now. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Emily Koopman. I'm the Executive Director at the Belmont Community Center, and that address is 3335 North 12th Street. And I'm also speaking in favor. As you heard from our community members, we are excited about this plan. We feel like we have been able to speak into this plan. And I think something I will share is that the community center had a really cool opportunity to be the kind of broker of information in this process. And I just want to share that it's been really eye-opening, and will only help inform how we move next, right? We understand that this is the plan, but past this plan, we want to kind of start over in the question asking, start over in the bringing voices from our neighborhood to the table and looking at these strategies, looking at who can champion them, and then how to move them forward. So the community center is excited to keep being a part of that, keep sending the emails, keep asking for the feedback, keep inviting people to the spaces. That's the kind of work we've been able to do. And I think I want to point out too that in this opportunity where we were supported by the Community Health Endowment and supported by Lincoln Community Foundation, the BCC got to continue to operate and do the quality work that we're doing regardless of helping talk through this plan. So we were able to continue to provide critical services like childcare. We were able to achieve a step 5 and step up to quality during this time. So their investment not only in the consultants who wrote the document, but their investment into the community center and the work we were able to do to, again, be that bridge between the community was also really impactful in making sure that the work and the critical services also continued in our center. Again, I also want to point out that you got like Sunday Brunch Club here to testify, but there are so many voices in this plan. We had a really great stakeholder group, including a high school student from North Star, a family literacy parent from Belmont, businesses were involved, Parks and Recreation was in the room. There was just continual voices, and our second open house specifically also was catered towards youth voice, which I think is an important thing that we did. We really wanted every person in this community to be involved in it, and it wasn't perfect. I could send emails sooner and do things. You know, there are always ways, but I think, again, we're keeping that same energy where we want, again, people to engage in this plan. We want people to join committees for 14th Street Bridge construction. I don't want to be on that committee, but somebody does, you know? And Virginia here got to be in our core meetings each time. So it was the architects and planning and me and Virginia. There was always a Belmont resident in these spaces. And again, I think that's something we're really proud of as a community, to just make sure that we did have voices in the room every time. And we will just continue to do that as the plans hopefully get started on moving in the right direction. So, and then also just on behalf of the community center, personally, the idea of revitalizing our center. We started in 1937. Our building was built in 1955. Our mission is literally to serve the educational, recreational, cultural, social needs of the neighborhood. So we love the fact that we can just be flexible and do what the community needs in the moment, which is what we did now in this project. It's what we do in providing childcare, but we have so many other things that we could pivot and listen and do things alongside and collaboratively, but differently than our partners up the hill at Parks and Rec, different than our partners at LPS or Educare. But collectively, we do a lot of really good work, and we're excited to see how the community center can elevate in that collaboration. Thank you.
Are there other members of the public that would like to comment? If so, please come forward now. Seeing none, we can proceed.
We can now vote on these items. Item 5A is accepting and approving the report of new and pending claims against the city for September 1st through September 15th, 2025. Introduced by Weber.
I'm going to pause just a second here. Do we want to rebuttal or wrap up comments at all? Sorry, I should have offered that to you, or questions.
Are there any questions from the council? All right. It's an exciting plan. We want to get to voting so we can get to work.
Did you have any drawings or costs on bridge upgrades, that sort of thing?
I think the bridge is an LTU item that they'll be bringing forward through the CIP.
Okay.
And I think some of the cost items would be some of the issues that we would work on in the park. And we have some renderings for that. We haven't costed those out yet, but I don't think they're exorbitant, so we can work on those. And then the collaborative partners around that park, I think, will coordinate some of the needs for the Belmont Community Center. We can address those. And then, obviously, some of the signage and wayfinding I think we can work on as well.
I know we have plenty of traffic cones in South Lincoln, so we could move stuff.
Oh, yes, they'll make a migration when the spring hits, you know. So, yes.
Very good, thanks,
Councilwoman
Dan.
Washington.
Sure.
I don't know if Director Stuckey Ross is in the room, but I believe some of the Belmont Park items in this plan are also in the CIP for Parks and Rec. So in the 10-year plan. So I know that some of those things have already been scheduled. Yeah. All right.
Council, other questions? No? Madam Clerk?
Okay, we'll vote on these items, and I'll read item 5A, accepting and approving the report of new and pending claims against the city for September 1st through September 15th of 2025, introduced by Weber.
So moved.
Second?
Second by Beckius. Discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Bowers?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Duden?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Item 5B is, excuse me, Comprehensive Plan Amendment 25004, application of the City of Lincoln Urban Development Department to amend the 2050 Lincoln-Lancaster County Comprehensive Plan to adopt the Belmont Neighborhood Sub-Area Plan, introduced by Weber.
So moved.
Second?
Second by Beckius. Councilman Weber.
Alrighty, thank you, Chair Carlson. Do you guys see now why I talk about Northwest Lincoln all the time? It's a great area to represent. I'm obviously biased, but I'm very excited to be supporting this measure. As an alum of the Belmont Community Center, as someone who, Bobby can attest, I grew up playing on the ballparks of Belmont with her son, Braden, and I remember being in the gym for youth basketball, and, Virginia spoke to it. There is a pride that goes with being in Belmont. My great-grandma Shirley, she lived in Belmont, ended up moving to Johnson County, and she always remained so proud of her roots of Belmont. That's what brought my folks to North Lincoln all those years ago. And, I feel really fortunate that this is something that the city gets to be a lot more intentional about, making sure that we are looking at how we can truly support Belmont. I want to thank the Community Health Endowment, the Lincoln Community Foundation, the BCC, Sinclair Haley, BNIM, the Planning and Urban Development Departments. I think you guys have shown an example of what interagency and interdepartment collaboration can look like. I really do think that this is the example by taking that informed approach. Having a resident involved in that core group, I think, speaks volumes to the commitment that your department's had. And I obviously want to thank the stakeholders, including the Sunday Brunch Club, right? That's where work gets done. And the last thing I'll say is I think what's really special about this plan is that it creates a roadmap for investing in this neighborhood in the future by honoring the legacy of the neighborhood. And I think that that's a really special thing to do. And I think that when we vote yes on this, we can all be Belmont proud. So thank you for all the work. Really appreciate it.
Councilman Beckius.
Thank you, Councilman Weber. I, too, just wanted to thank the stakeholders that actively participated in this sub-area plan. There were a lot of them. Thank you, planners. Thank you, Urban Development. But as Councilman Weber put it, the Sunday Brunch Club, who will also oversee the implementation of so much of what's in this sub-area plan as well. Creating a plan and passing a plan, and potentially later on down the road, passing funding mechanisms to implement plans or items in the plan are good, but we also need people to activate on them as well. And so I'm really excited to see a dedicated group of volunteers who you can show up to work in Belmont. That doesn't mean that you have to go out of your way to improve a community, but what we have seen here is a dedicated group of neighborhood leaders who are willing to do so. And that's what every neighborhood in Lincoln needs. And I just want to thank you all for your dedication to the Belmont neighborhood. As a former Belmont resident myself on Hartley Street, I surely appreciate the world of Belmont and look forward to revitalization efforts here going forward. So thank you all. Appreciate it. Thank you, Chair.
Councilman Bowers.
Brody just spent some time, acknowledging the hard work that a bunch of other people have done and thanking them and, honoring their leadership. But I think it's important that we honor Brody's leadership on this and thank him for his work on this, for taking the lead on this. So thank you so much for being a good role model. Now I want to say, the person who was listing out all the occupations that people from the Belmont Community Center came out of, you left out councilman because you got one up here. So shame on you. Don't forget it. Next time.
Oh, no, yes.
The Honorable Brody Weber, make him a plaque or something. But, Brody just spent a lot of time, acknowledging and thanking everyone that's here. But, we need to acknowledge Brody's leadership and his hard work, or Councilman Weber's hard work and leadership in getting this done. So kudos to you also.
Councilwoman Washington.
I just wanted to add a small note. My other fellow councilors have spoken really well on this plan, but being a professional planner and having gone to decades of public meetings, I want to tell you that the engagement level at your public meetings was impressive. And what was unique about your public meetings were how many children, how many youth you had involved who felt powerful enough to share their thoughts and their dreams for Belmont. And one of the meetings I came to, I was so impressed with the young woman who said what her vision for Belmont was kindness. And I just thought, yeah, don't we all want our neighborhoods to be filled with kindness? So thank you to all of the youth who felt empowered enough to speak.
Any other comments? All right, seeing none. Madam Clerk.
Duden?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes.
Beckius?
Yes.
Bowers?
Yes.
Weber?
Yes.
Carlson?
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
That concludes section 5 of our agenda. We shall move on to section 6, public hearing ordinances, second reading and related resolutions. I'll call items 6A and 6B together. Items 6A and B is amending the pay schedule for a certain employee group by adjusting the schedules of annual, monthly, biweekly, and hourly pay range equivalents for employees of the City of Lincoln whose classifications are assigned to pay ranges prefixed by P. This adjustment is the accordance with the terms of the parties' bargaining agreement. And approving the labor contract between the City of Lincoln and the Lincoln Police Union for a term effective August 14th, 2025 through August 31st of 2028.
Welcome.
Good evening, Barb McIntyre, Human Resources, 555 South 10th Street.
Michonne Morrow, Chief of the Lincoln Police Department.
A lot of celebration
There's
about
a-
the Belmont
there's a lot of
Community Plan
celebration.
out
It was-
there.
proud.
It was very
Belmont
impressive.
proud.
I feel a little underprepared after watching that, but we're going to give it our
Director
best.
Marvin, thank you for getting the door for us. We appreciate it.
But we're still here with more good news, so we're
Yeah.
going to keep that theme going. So we had the pleasure of sitting down on May 7th with members of the LPU union to negotiate the collective bargaining agreement you have in front of you tonight. And that union was extremely collaborative. It was really good to work with them to come up with this agreement. And we did a lot of good work, and I think it's resulted in a really strong agreement for us and the members of the Lincoln Police Department. So year one, we do have a 6% wage increase. And then we also are increasing longevity. That longevity increase mirrors where we are a little behind our peer city. So we always want to make sure we're keeping up and paying people appropriately. We also put in the 3 times for an employee who's not working on a holiday, but something comes up and now we've got to call them in. So it's really important that we recognize we're pulling them away from their families and those holiday events and having them come in, and they come in. And so we want to make sure we're appropriately awarding that behavior of coming in. Year 2, we have a 6% cost of living increase again, and then we are staggering in some of the premium pays for affordability, making sure we kind of spread those out. But then we are also increasing the pay of the field training officers who have a trainee with them. Every hour they're working with that trainee, they'll get $3 more an hour to be doing the training and working with the trainee. And then year 3, we have a $5 wage increase, and at that time we are going to implement some special position pay. Chief Morrow is better positioned to talk about those special positions, but they do a lot of really unique work. They need those special positions, and
I'm going to turn this over to her to cover the rest of the contract.
I wanted to touch on some of the language changes that were really important for us when we were sitting at the table with the Lincoln Police Union representatives. The vast majority of these are really to ensure that we're providing good supportive environment in our workforce. And so first and foremost, we are now going to pay in advance for protective body armor for our new hires. To be clear, it was always provided before, but we had asked them to pay that cost up front and then the city would reimburse them. Recognizing that the cost is pretty substantial for a new hire at up to $800, we made a determination that it was just best for us to change practice, and now we're providing that so they don't have to pay that bill in advance and then we reimburse. Also, our wellness program, this was something that we had been working on for quite some time, and we were able to sit with the union and have an addendum to the previous contract to allow for a temporary agreement to instate a wellness program that was allowing for officers to work out during the course of a 40-hour work week for 90 minutes, so 2 45-minute sessions. And that was for a variety of reasons. One, the health of our officers is very important, and we recognize that the healthier they are, the better that they can serve our community, and also as a stress reduction. So just allowing them to step outside of a call for service for a short period of time and just regroup their thoughts, again, puts them in a better position to serve their community. So with the success of the wellness program, with this union contract, it's now embedded in the language, and we also increased it by 15 minutes for each one of those. So now it's 2 hours during the work week. Additionally, a couple of small changes clarified that probationary employees can now use sick leave and vacation leave while they're on probation instead of making them wait. And the one that really left a mark on all of us when we were considering this language is now adding 32 hours of bereavement leave for officers on the same team, same shift of an officer who may be killed in the line of duty. We believed that there were some improvements that we could make in supporting our staff after we lost investigator Mario Herrera, and wanting to respect the ability of those officers that serve alongside him. And hopefully we don't ever have to use this provision. That is absolutely the goal, but we want to make sure that we give them time to grieve and then come back to work prepared again to serve the community. I think those are the highlights on the...
Those are the highlights, yeah. Do you have any questions for us?
Questions, council? Councilman
I'll make a
Newton.
comment since I was on the negotiating team for a while when I was with the police department, the police union. And I think that the wellness thing is just an outstanding move. My last 8 years on the police department, I never used a day of sick leave. And 7 of those years I was on the bike patrol. So I know it had a lot to do with just staying in shape and being in shape and that sort of thing. So when your officers are healthy, they're working. And they're not calling in sick. So I think that's a wonderful thing to promote. It should be a good recruiting tool, I hope. In fact, some of the things that you brought up, I hope, are great recruiting tools for attracting new hires and what have you. So I think that's why LPD is one of the finest organizations in the Midwest. So I think it's good work, Chief, on your part, and as well as you for coming up with some of these new innovative ideas at the same time. So thank you.
Thank you.
Other comments, questions, council?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you
All right.
both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are there members of the public who would like to comment on items 6A and 6B? If so, please come forward now. Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
That concludes section 6. We'll move on to section 7, ordinances, third reading and related resolutions. Item 7A is amending the pay schedule for the employee group whose classifications are assigned to the pay range prefixed by the letter W by creating the classification Assistant Director of Planning, introduced by Shob.
So moved.
That was Beckius. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Weber. Discussion? Please call the roll.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Item 7B is an ordinance to approve a service agreement between the City of Lincoln and CenterPoint, Inc. for the provisions of permanent supportive housing services for individuals experiencing chronic homelessness. The agreement includes a lease of city-owned property located at 810 J Street to CenterPoint, Inc. for the operation of the permanent supportive housing program, introduced by Washington.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Second by Duden. Discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Duden,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Item 7C is text amendment 25010, application request of Eli White to amend Lincoln Municipal Code Section 27.06.020, classification of use types, paragraph B, more than one main use to allow a lot or tract in the AG or AGR district to have up to 3 main buildings or uses if one of the main buildings is a dwelling and all height and lot requirements are met, introduced by Washington.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Beckius. Discussion?
Yes.
Councilwoman Washington.
I just wanted to note that we make changes to our municipal code from a lot of different places, and this was a resident who came forward with a good idea. So good ideas happen in lots of places. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Beckius,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Duden,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Item 7D is proposal to amend the Lincoln Municipal Code to merge the planning and building and safety departments into a single unified planning department. These changes will also identify the planning director as the single director of this combined department, introduced by Washington.
So moved.
Second.
Second by Weber.
Chair Carlson?
Yes.
I would like to propose a motion to amend number 1 as distributed earlier today to council. This proposal is introduced or supported by the law department to include Lincoln Municipal Code Section 19.03.030 along with the other amendments to merge departments to include specifics on the organization of the Bureau of Fire Prevention.
So moved. A second.
Second by Washington. Discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Duden,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0.
Councilman Weber.
Thank you, Chair Carlson. Now that we're on the main motion, I just want to speak in support of this as well. I'm actually also very excited about this piece of legislation. You know, I think it's easy for those in policymaking to get so focused on the process of things that they lose sight of the objective of the outcome. And I think we are really lucky here in Lincoln and Lancaster County to have a director like David Carey serving in this position because he is so outcome oriented. We heard it in the public hearing last week about the support from the private sector, from our public partners, that this is exactly what they want to see. And I think that this initiative is the type of governing that folks in Lincoln deserve and will lead to actual government efficiency and make sure that our constituents are receiving the customer service that they are entitled to from their local government. So I'm really excited to support this. I'm really excited that Director Carey has agreed to serve both of these departments so well and look forward to voting for it.
You're here.
Councilman Duden.
I'll make a comment. I agree with Brody on this 100%, and I'm glad to see them emerge. At the same time, I hope there can be improvements and some streamlining a little bit on the development projects so that we can forge ahead a little bit quicker and a little bit more efficient than some of our surrounding areas and be more competitive with that market with new development here in Lincoln.
Other comments? Seeing none, we can proceed.
Duden,
Yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Beckius,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Carlson.
Yes.
Motion carried 6-0. Okay, that concludes section 7 of our agenda. Section 8 is resolutions first reading, are items 8A through 8D. Section 9 are ordinances first reading and related resolutions, are items 9A through 9I. Section 10 is our pending list, items 10A through 10C.
All right, tonight is public comment. Anyone wishing to address the council on a matter not on this agenda and not planning to appear on a future agenda may do so at the open microphone session.
Chair, before the
Yeah.
Boy Scouts leave, maybe we should recognize them and find out what troop they're in.
Sure.
Just when they thought.
They almost got away.
Almost got away. Come on up front, boys.
We honestly don't bite.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, do you see the dread? Well, look what you've done.
You can go to each microphone there if you like.
Very good,
Yeah.
very good.
I am Andrew McGann from Troop 159.
I'm Carter Venema from Troop 159.
Very good. Now, where is that troop at? What school or church are you affiliated
We
with?
meet at St. Andrew's Lutheran Church.
Very good, very good.
Are you here for a badge requirement?
We're here for a merit badge.
All right. What's the name of the merit badge?
Citizenship in the community.
All right. Thank you.
If you need an endorsement from the council, you know where to find us.
That's
So.
right. Thank you both for coming down. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much.
Thank you.
I wanted to recognize you because it's a good program. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, back to open public comment here.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm glad you
You don't
caught them
usually
before they
force
left. I didn't see them
public comment,
sneaking out
but thank
there. So anybody may do so at this time. Individuals are allowed a total of 5 minutes to speak, regardless of the number of topics. For the month of September, open mic sessions were held on September 15th, and then tonight, September 29th. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, evening, counselors. Good to be back again. I'll bring up a couple organizations. I'm representing myself tonight, not the organizations. And I'm following up.
Aaron, if you just want to start quick with name and address too.
Oh,
I know we know
thank
you,
you.
but yeah.
Skipped right over that. Tracy Axmont, 7201 Willow.
Thank you.
I'm following up from last time on this possibility. We have to come together on this little bit of 1 point to get closer on the drinking water fluoridation issue. This tiny point seems so small, but I wanted to be sure that you had a copy of this National Toxicology Program report overview on fluoride exposure and IQ that claims more research is needed. And this excerpt on the back from the 2025 JAMA Pediatrics showing there are significant inverse associations between fluoride exposure and children's IQ, and that further assessment could increase confidence in the association at levels less than 1.5. So you wouldn't know it from what I could find in our local news. This opinion piece called Fluoride Flap, and then this little piece here in the digest about the federal fluoride lawsuit. But there are indications from the studies included in that NTP report that a very small amount can make a difference. And so this ends the project I started over a couple years ago to see how we all were handling the basics, and my example was fluoride. And to understand what I saw going on with public health. In 2021, I made this graphic comparing the difference in treating respiratory illness. And it shows a gap that I saw in the corporate track here, where no early treatment was promoted, compared to this functional track, where doctors who continued to successfully treat their patients were censored and marginalized by mid-2020. experienced doctors like Dr. David Brownstein, Pierre Corey, and Peter Pancula faced accusations like providing therapies that were not supported by science. According to USA Today, of the roughly 1 million Americans holding medical licenses in the U.S., at least 52 doctors were in a position to publicly speak out on non-CDC sanctioned therapies. I sought out opportunities to listen to some of these doctors who were debating the various treatment options. These options that I've written down, these are their options. I didn't come up with these on my own. Here's the most recent admission last week by Alphabet of YouTube censorship. I never expected to learn so much about these remedies. This functional track looks much different now, but I do keep this one close because when I need it, it's there for me. I also learned about the struggle. I've also learned about the struggle of our local healers have working and advocating without becoming targets. It's challenging to see the future for these two tracks, whether they can coexist or maybe even collaborate and thrive. That would be super. Finally, as Providence would have it, last spring, I discovered Braver Angels, an organization with a mission to unite and to provide a place where everyone can debate. This excerpt from a recent Braver Angels debate at Temple University highlights the need for us to become better at including diverse voices. And these quotes from Children's Health Defense podcast on a young Texas girl's reported measles death reinforces the need to unite with the plea from her forgiving father that we learn from our mistakes and the request from his children's doctor that we have a conversation about the risks and benefits of both measles and vaccines. And I would add fluoridation and other banned topics, and I'll leave it. I'm nearly finished here. I just wanted to leave you with this information on Braver Angels' mission and a few of their past events and an upcoming event on the 19th here in Lincoln, and a couple of books representing two distinctly different voices.
That is 5 minutes.
Yeah, Dr. Cowan and Dr. McCullough. So thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Teresa. Are there others that would like to speak? If so, please come forward now. Welcome. Come on up. There's 2 microphones either side, so. Yeah, if you want to start with your name and address, then.
Yeah, well, I am the Honorable Heir to the Throne, also known as Tyrese Howard. I am just here to speak on behalf of my rights that have been violated. So I'm here speaking on behalf of the people because they've been operating under a color of authority, and they've been. I thought the government's job was to protect our liberty. What was it? To protect our the borders, our property, and our liberty. But they've been taking my property under color of law, under 18 U.S.C. 242, expecting me to be underneath a bridge or to be homeless or whatnot. And I've been sending in affidavits, but no one has been responding to any of my affidavits. And unrebutted affidavit stands as truth. I thought or whatnot, but like I said, I'm just getting violated in every situation and in the under color of law by I guess the U.S. citizens. Because first of all, I think you guys are under the presumption and assumption that I will let you know I'm not a sovereign citizen, whatnot, and nor am I African American because my people were here in America or whatnot, nor am I black because black is a color and a code or whatnot, and nor am I'm not African American nor U.S. citizen, nor am I black or whatnot. I am a child of God or whatnot, and I come from God. And I'm not a legal fiction or a legal entity that they are under the presumption of playing me under or whatnot. And I would like for them to return my property immediately, according to 15 U.S.C. 1615 or whatnot, because they took it under the color of law where there is no money, as you can see right here. And like I said, I have a couple conditional acceptance letters or whatnot that I sent to everyone too, because it's not that I'm avoiding paying, but there is, rule number one, there is no money in America or whatnot. There's only credit and debt. And if the government is $39 trillion in debt, that means I'm $39 trillion in credit or whatnot, because they're obligated to pay the debt according to 18 USC 8. And like I said, I don't like that my rights were being violated and my property being taken, because the government was supposed to be protecting the property as if they're supposed to be protecting the borders as well, and my liberty and my rights have been totally violated. And if anybody could help out or whatnot, then that would be very helpful, because I'm here on behalf of the people. And like I said, I thought you guys were public servants or the civilians or whatnot, because you guys were here to help serve the public or whatnot, not steal the property and get incentivized by money, because whenever money is involved, it makes everyone take 3 steps back or whatnot, because you're not operating now under moral. And I believe that the judges and everybody are getting a kickback for taking my property and getting that court case or whatnot, because it's worth $2 million or whatnot. And if y'all, like I said, if y'all could, how fast you guys took my property, please return my property, because I done sent you guys emails. I'm pretty sure I sent everyone in here an email, but that no one's ever responded back. And if I need to send more, I would love to have you guys' email so I can contact you guys. Cause I don't have an address, because you guys stole my property, my car, my house, my bike, everything or whatnot. It was the government that did it. It wasn't the citizens. It was the civilians, the public servants that are supposed to be here to serve the people, but they're operating as if they're tyrants, or as if they're as if I'm a prisoner of war or whatnot, because I'm not a slave, and my people weren't slaves neither or whatnot. We were prisoners of war by the U.S. citizens. A U.S. citizen is a foreigner or immigrant that gets to come here by way of reading the Constitution or whatnot, and my people didn't come here. We were already, I'm indigenous of the land or whatnot. My people were. And yeah, and like I said, they're operating under 18 USC 242 under color of a law or color of authority, creating an illusion and a delusion just to keep the story going or whatnot, which it doesn't exist, because these are all actors and characters that are playing a role as if they are, because they're not upholding their oath that they took or whatnot, because like I say, they're operating under color of authority. But yeah, that's why I'm here, and thank you guys for allowing me to be here, to be able to voice that, because wherever I go voice my opinion, I'm usually kicked out, thrown out or whatnot, because they hate whenever you hold white people accountable, that's you causing harm to them, and I'm not trying to cause harm to anybody. I'm just here to hold them accountable or whatnot, because it's kind of disgusting and disturbing the way they're operating under color of law where there is no money. If I could pay a bill, I would pay a bill, but I can perform the bill using a negotiable instrument or whatnot, because it states that in the Bill of Exchange Act of 1882.
And that's 5 minutes.
All right.
Wrap up. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions for me? Any statements or any emails to where I can receive my property back?
Traditionally, public comment is just us listening.
Traditionally, yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who took your property?
The state of Nebraska, and the state of Nebraska is a legal fiction, which is a corporation, which is a dead person that can't speak. So it was the agents that took it, which they're acting as demons, devils, witches, or warlocks or whatnot. I call them the devil because a corporation can't speak or whatnot. And the state of Nebraska is a corporation, and that's why I told you I'm not a legal fiction either or whatnot. My all caps name is a legal fiction, but I am a child of God, and I operate like that. I operate in the private. That's why I don't have an address now or whatnot, because you guys took my stuff thinking that I was going to end up dead in jail or a crackhead, because millions of people have came before me and they haven't figured out what you guys have been doing under color of law. Because like I said, since 1970, there has been no money.
And we're at that time limit now. Thank you.
I like that haircut, my man.
All right. Is there anyone else from the public that would like to comment tonight? If so, please come forward now.
Chair Carlson, seeing no one else coming forward, I would move adjournment.
Second.
Second by Washington. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.